Tools that you're going to need to do a tire rotation is an air wrench, an extension, a lug nut socket, and a torque wrench. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. It's already been mentioned in other videos that when you're using an air wrench like this one, this is an impact wrench, you're going to need to use an impact extension and an impact socket. These are typically black. I mean, these have been used so much they're kind of silver now, but they're a softer material, they don't break. So you need to make sure you use those when you're using an air wrench. We plug in the air, and on the back side of the air wrench, you've got lefty loosey, righty tighty. So, and then this knob here adjusts the torque that you're going to have on the wrench. So we're going to turn it to loose, and we're going to take the lug nuts off. Now this is a flip socket, so one side is large, the other side's small. So the small side doesn't fit, but the large side does. So we'll put the extension on the tool, put the tool in there, and then we've got it on loosen, and we're going to take the lug nuts off. So we'll go ahead and take all 5 lug nuts off. And it's good when you're using an impact wrench to use small little bursts like that, because it helps break the lug nuts loose. And there we go. Okay, we're going to do the back tire, the same procedure as before. So we'll buzz off all 5 lug nuts. Now when you rotate tires, typically the pattern is the front wheels come to the back and then the back wheels crisscross. So this tire here, since it's on the left rear, it's going to go on the right front. And then the tire that I took off the front just a minute ago, it's going to come back here on the rear. So the front tires go to the back tires go crisscross to the front. So now it's time to put the tire back on the vehicle. And the way we do that, pretty simple. We're just gonna lift the tire up, put it on the lug nuts, and keep everything from rolling away here. I'm just gonna lift it up. Sometimes you have to kind of wiggle it around to get it on the lug nuts. So once you've got it on the lug nuts, now you want to start, or the lug studs I should say, you want to start the lug nuts in by hand. And with these, they're kind of recessed, so I'm going to use the socket, and I'm just going to start each lug nut in by hand with the socket. And I want to turn it in several rotations, or several turns, to make sure I don't get any cross threading. Everything should turn nice and easy. And we'll get all 5 of them started in. Once we have all the lug nuts started in there, what we're going to do is we're going to snug them down with a ratchet. I don't want you to use the torque wrench or the impact wrench, because the impact wrench will over tighten them and you could end up breaking lug studs, and you can also warp the rotors and make it almost impossible to take the lug nuts off the second time. So we're just going to go through and we're just going to tighten up each one of the lug nuts one at a time with the ratchet, and then we'll lower the vehicle down and we'll actually torque them to the proper torque. Okay, I've got the other tires rotated, so we're going to I'll put on the last 2 tires in the front and then we'll lower the vehicle down. Okay, we have all the tires on and they're rotated, so now it's time to lower the vehicle down. Lowering it down is pretty simple. All you have to do is jack it up so that the weight is off from the jack stands, remove the jack stands and lower it down. So I want to make sure that the jack is still in the correct spot, and it is. So now I'm just going to jack it up off from the stands. Okay, I've cleared the stands. Move the jack stands out from underneath and slowly lower it down. So I'm going to turn the jack handle to the left, and I'm going to do it very slowly. Once the car starts coming down, I just let it come down, but you want to do it slowly. Once it's all the way down, roll the jack out from underneath the car, and we'll go do the front end. Okay, I'm going to get underneath and make sure the jack is going to go in the right spot. So I've tightened up the handle, raised the jack up. Make sure it contacts the right spot on the subframe, and lift it up off the jack stands. Now on the jack stands, these I've extended up so I could just lift up the handle and it lowers the jack down, or lowers the stand down. Pull them out so they're clear from the vehicle and lower the vehicle down. There again, that was a little too fast, but you want to lower it down slowly. Okay, the last thing we need to do is we need to torque the lug nuts down. And we're going to use a torque wrench to do that. Now this torque wrench actually has, you have to twist the handle to set the torque rating. I looked up the torque specs on this, and this car is 85 foot-pounds. So I'm going to twist the handle up to the 85 mark. I'll do that and then I'll show it to you. So there's the 80 right there. So I'm going to twist this around until the 0 is lined up with this mark right here. That's 80. And then I'm going to go another 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to twist this to lock it so it doesn't accidentally turn. So now I'm set at 85 foot-pounds. And then this is a click type torque wrench. So as I go around, it's going to click when it hits the foot-pounds. And then I usually just go around one more time. And that's it. Once you're finished with this torque wrench, you run it all the way back down to 0 before you put it back in the box.